Welcome to Miranda's Insights, India number 13. Today, our topic is creating a personal meditation retreat. I've been in this location here for almost 2 weeks now, and I have created an intuitive personal retreat. And I love retreats. It's one of my favorite things to do when I am not in the teaching role. This is time for me to look at my stuff, my shadow stuff, or my needs and desires and wants So what I'd like to talk about today is the importance of retreats. And there are two basic types. One is an organized retreat that you can go to that is organized by some spiritual organization, like Vipassana as an example, but there's lots out there, many styles and types. So if you're a new meditator, I highly suggest you go ahead and book an organized retreat, because the thing about an organized retreat has a lot of pros, is that the main thing is they take away all of your distractions. And as a new meditator, you're not familiar with that inner space that can take you away and take you back to your source. You're not, you don't know that. You're not familiar with it. So you're not, in tune enough with it to recognize its value. Instead, a new meditator wants to find lots of distractions, because the new meditator usually cannot handle the sense of emptiness, of not having something to do or to focus on or something. But if you're an experienced meditator, you're already familiar with that inner space, and you have an intense desire to go really deep with it, and you want to follow it all the way back, and you want to keep expanding that experience. And because you're familiar with that, what the difference between a new meditator and an experienced meditator is that a new meditator is always running away from this presence, looking for distractions. So that's why a prepared, organized retreat is best, because you're not going to get those distractions. They're going to be taken all away. And you will be, I guess, forced, if you want to say it that way, or invited to practice being conscious and aware when all of your wants and desires and disappointments all arise because of the lack of distractions. So I've created a intuitive natural retreat, meditation retreat here in Oroville, and it's different in the sense that I know what I want, and I know the space, and I am so attracted to that space that what happens for an old meditator or a practiced meditator is that distractions become painful. Whereas for a new meditator, distractions are what you want, because you think that the space you're going into is painful. So it's the exact opposite. So I'm experiencing, so I'll just tell you kind of what I'm doing here. You need a lot of time. You need about, for me anyway, I need a month. Because now if I'm doing my own personal retreat, I have to include the distractions. And what are the distractions? Well, the distractions are preparing a meal. The distractions are interacting and talking to people, even if it's over minimal things, but it's still a distraction. A distraction would be having to do internet stuff. There's lots of distractions. So in an intuitive retreat, instead of calling these things distractions, they are now called, they're included as part of the retreat. So you might call them mindfulness. So I'm doing each of these activities in a mindful way. But the main thing is that I get my actual sitting meditation practice in. So how many hours of that formal practice will I get in a day if I allow all of those distractions, such as preparing meals and eating meals and internet and talking and all of that? I have to know how to minimize all of these so-called distractions so that I can get my formal practice of sitting meditation in. That's important because without the formal sitting, it's not called a retreat. It's just called daily activities with mindfulness. But you're missing the most essential thing, and a lot of people think that they can do that. They can get away with missing the actual sitting in formal meditation. So my suggestion for you, if you wanted to create your own meditation retreat, is you're going to need a lot of extra time. So instead of like a 10-day Vipassana retreat, where all the distractions are taken from you and you're kind of forced into developing your observer and watching and not reacting to everything, this way it's more gentle, but you need to have this inner discipline and this inner love and desire to be in that deep, connected, meditative state where you do actually feel it's painful to have to get up and do something, because that is taking or so-called disturbing the stillness of that inner space. Now, having said that, there's a different attitude that I'm developing through practice, and it's not like a disdain for distractions. It's more like an inclusion of the distractions as part of the manifestation of my meditative state. So I'm not really leaving or separating myself from that inner state. I'm actually including it as me. So this is the process, and it happens over just lots and lots and lots of meditation retreats, where a person really does just get really good at this, where whatever you do, you're in that state. It's a state of equanimity. Whether I'm preparing a meal, eating it, sitting and watching, having thoughts, observing my thoughts. Okay, so I encourage you to create your own retreat if you are an experienced meditator, but you need a lot of time to allow those so-called distractions and to be part of your retreat. Otherwise, go and do a formalized, prepared, organized retreat, and that way you won't have to deal with all those extra little things. Either way, it's all about observation and just staying connected, that whatever you see, you're looking at, and you're being honest and authentic with it. Okay, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next Miranda's Insights India. Bye.